Alright everybody, I just finished watching The Iron Claw starring ZAC Efron, and wow, that was a movie. Everybody was raving about this thing. They were saying it's one of the best movies of 2023, but I just never had the time to go see it, and damn, they were right. This is easily one of the best movies of last year. I wish I had watched it before I did my top 5 movies of the year, because I feel like this one would definitely be in there. But anyways, let's go ahead and talk about this. So the movie centers around the Von Erich brothers, and man, the chemistry between all of the actors was there. You really feel that brotherhood and that bond, that just the chemistry between them all was awesome. And you really get to know and like each of these brothers, because they all kind of have different personalities. You've got like the musical brother here, you've got the track and field brother, you've got the wrestling brother, and then you've got another wrestling brother who's a bit better at like the smack talk, and they're all kind of different in their own right, but you really get to know and like them. So when the family tragedy happens in this movie, it is really gut-wrenching because of the time that you spend with all the characters leading up to their demise. Now let's talk about ZAC Efron, because damn, this easily has to be his best performance in a single movie. Like, just wow. Like, wow. That is all I can say. He's also in probably his best condition ever physically. Maybe Baywatch rivals this, but this dude looks crazy good. It makes me want to go to the gym again. I already went earlier in the morning, but looking at him in this movie, I'm like, damn, I need to go to the gym 2-3 times a day. I feel like Buddy is going to get an Oscar or something. He needs a bunch of awards for his performance in The Iron Claw. And one more thing about his physique, I gotta say, he's kind of looking like a live-action He-Man in this movie. So this movie just kind of has a bit of everything. It's got some really good action scenes with the whole wrestling aspect of the movie, because they are, of course, one of the most famous wrestling families ever. And personally, I'm not a big fan of wrestling, but I really appreciate it as a sport. And, you know, watching a movie like this, I thought all the wrestling stuff was done really well. The family drama was also very good, because a lot of this movie centers around their father and him just being very manipulative and controlling of all of the brothers, just the way he wants to control like how they act, what they say, what they do, and who they are. And he is pushing them and pushing them and pushing them to the brink, you know? Like, he wants them to succeed so that it feels like he can succeed through them, because he never got his shot at glory, like the proper shot, like a heavyweight title and all that. So he wants his kids to be able to do that so he can live that success through them. He wants it by like any means necessary. There's a scene in the movie where one of the brothers dies, and then like literally 2 minutes later, he's already talking about, okay, who's gonna take his place for this fight? And it just really shows his true character, his true colors of how serious he is about this, and he doesn't really care about the family in a fatherly way. He just wants them to succeed just because he never did. And you can see the effects of that toxic relationship between the father and the kids throughout this movie. A lot of the things that are said and just decisions that are made are really reflective of that relationship. Overall, though, I gotta say, this movie was very, very good. It's gonna be one of those movies that's a little bit harder to rewatch, because it's just so sad and heartbreaking, but it's just so well acted and directed, and the script is really good. So, like, you can appreciate it as an art form, but I don't think it's one of those movies that you're gonna have fun watching again and again and again. This is just one of those amazing movies that you might check out like once every 5, 6, 7 years or so. But this thing was very, very good. If you haven't checked it out already in theaters, I definitely recommend to do so. I am going to give The Iron Claw a 9 out of 10. It's easily one of the best movies of 2023, and probably ZAC Efron's best performance ever. If you do go watch this movie though, make sure you bring some tissues, because you are going to tear up quite a few times.